Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk? Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha! You thought it was a joke, and so you laughed. You laughed when I had said that losing you would make me flip my lid. Right? You know you laughed. I heard you laugh. You laughed and laughed, and then you left. But now you know I'm utterly mad. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the happy home with trees and flowers and chirping birds and basket weavers who sit and smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha. I cooked your food, I cleaned your house, and this is how you pay me back for all my kind, unselfish, loving deeds. Huh? Well, you just wait, they'll find you yet, and when they do, they'll put you in the ASPCA, you mangy mutt. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, to the happy home with trees and flowers and chirping birds and basket weavers who sit and smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody in internet land. How goes it? Okay, Cryptid, is there really a Lexapro song? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Wait, is there's a Lexapro? I am not changing the title. I didn't know. I have never heard of a Lexapro song. That's very funny, though. That was actually the first SSRI they put me on. It made me very sick. Ghostly, hello. I'm sorry you feel sick, though. No, it's not the final stream. Well, we'll see. We'll let the doctors we'll let the doctors decide that. Where they finally just take me away. Anyway, hello everybody. The lyrics go as follows. Bitch, get a grip suck vacation, call the lady, got a situation, just got married to a Caucasian. Bitch, I'm taking all the medication. Wait, are you serious? Is that really the lyrics of that song? That's amazing. Please, I don't get to take any anxiety meds. No. Yeah, I mean, it would be very funny if if they did actually. I mean, we've pretty much done away with most of a lot of like mental wards I think have been shut down. Didn't like Reagan and all those guys shut it down in the 70s and the 80s? So I don't think they can actually commit me. Maybe we've changed. Maybe we've changed that. I don't know. I was under the operating assumption that they indeed could not take me away, but maybe they could. Oh God. Incredible. What an icon for sure. Yeah, it wouldn't be at all. That is Hose. That is Hose depressed by Thought Squad. Gotcha. Okay. Those are funny lyrics. I love that. That's very hi Sensei. I missed you too, Ghostly. Missed all the cool kids. I'm glad you're all here though. Hope you're doing well. But yes, today is originally I was supposed to do my first like thingy whatever it's called today, but it got delayed, so we're gonna have a short stream. It's gonna be a short stream today. Rage Quit Writer. That's a great name, by the way. Welcome in, Comtrea. I'm sure at some point I'll be able to decipher what that means, but I don't know. But hello, welcome in. Correction, it's the second version she did with another artist. Oh, okay, it's like a mix. Okay. Oh, it's the old Stargate reference. That makes sense. Okay. Oh my God, that's a poll. Holy shit. I have not seen that. I should go watch that movie. I haven't seen that movie. I think I've watched a little bit of SG-1, but I used to love the original movie. Oh, really? The first movie's a good time. It's just like Indiana Jones with aliens, but like not Indiana Jones 5. like not Indiana Jones, and it's great. It's got like Kurt Russell and oh God, what's his name from Crash? He was really great. Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? Anyway, but it's a fun movie. I mean, I don't know if it's aged well, but I like to think it has. Correction. The Lexor song is titled "Saddy Daddy O" by Artemis Wall. Wait, is that actually that's Saddy Daddy O? That's funny. I love that. Sensei, I have a question. Yes, Ghostly. What is your question? What is your question? The movie was great. By Alicia Moon. I have a few of my friends really love SG-1 and the other one. Yeah, the like SG-1 and Atlantis, I like to say. I have a few friends of mine who are TV writers who like tried to get me into that show, into SG-1 specifically. I don't know if I could do the show, but I do like the movie. I'm a grump when it comes to TV shows. You really got to win me over. Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Okay, that makes sense. Okay, everything makes sense now. Okay, Pat, gotcha. Rage Quit Writer. Thank you for clarifying. Although eventually I would have guessed, given your delightful knowledge of science fiction. But welcome. Okay, welcome back in, Rage Quit Writer. I like Rage Quit Writer too. It's a good name update. But welcome back in. It's good to have you back. And hopefully you're doing all right. The movie was great, but I like the show more because it had a bit of levity to it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's more like traditional adventure science fiction movie. Sensei, I have a question. The Ritual, and if so, is it good? Wait, are you talking? Are you talking about the one that's on Netflix? Let me double check. I get these mixed up because there's another movie that's on Netflix. Wait, not. I'm assuming not the 2009 pseudo-documentary horror movie. I'm assuming it's the Netflix. Yes, it's the one about the backpackers. Yes. So, if anything... So, I have some issues with the movie. It is good. You should absolutely watch it. It's very good. I have issues with it, but you should definitely watch it. Fantastic transitions between past and present. Very creative transitions that are really, really good. Very well done. But the biggest thing about The Ritual is the monster design. The monster design in the movie, it's some of the best modern monsters. Like, that fucking monster is legitimately scary as hell. And I am legitimately pissed off that... Because every time I want to design a spooky folk horror monster, I just want to rip that monster off because it looks fucking rad. It's so cool, man. The monster in The Ritual is worth it. The rest of the movie is a little bit... It's like yo-yos from I've seen this before. I get what you're trying to do, but I'm not wild about it. To really well conceived and interesting. Is it ghostly safe? I thought it looked sick. Yeah. I saw a clip of the monster. The monster in the fucked up village they go to in there is badass. Like, that shit is my jam. I definitely like that stuff a lot. I don't believe there's anything in there. I mean, it's violent, it's dark, it's scary. But if you're worried about the things that it depends, because you always say that you're fine with violence. But then I think, if I remember correctly, closely, you at one point said you couldn't watch Alien. And I'm like, which is like one of the greatest movies ever made. So if Alien was too much for you, or if you think Alien's too much for you, maybe not. But there's nothing like. It's violence and like a character study. Oh, you don't enjoy pregnancy stuff. Oh, that's the part of the alien thing. Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, the incubation stuff with the alien. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, there's nothing like that. There is nothing like that, if I recall. I'm happy to, like, I haven't watched this movie since it came out. So I'm really trying to... That's horrifying enough without making it worse. That's what makes Alien so fucking good, though. It reverses the gender. It reverses the gender and then leans into it being fucking horrifying. That's what makes it so good. That's why it works. Dude, I'm telling you, Alien is fucking genius and it's way ahead of its time. It's so good. Ghostly, I hate it. Yeah, but like the movie can posit it as being horrifying. Aliens is one of my favorite films. Aliens is a great movie. It's a great action movie. My only problem with Aliens is it's an action movie, which doesn't mean is like not a critique. I guess it is a critique. I guess at that point the critique is literally a matter of taste at that point. But Aliens is a fantastic action movie. And Cameron's weird obsession with like family dynamics. It just like it starts in Aliens and then just never goes away. Like, he can't help himself, and that starts in Aliens. But other than that, the fight scene with the Queen at the end is fucking great. The design of the Queen is fantastic. And Bill Paxton's all time. Yeah, Bill Paxton in that movie. It's a bug hunt, man. Let's see here. The movie is amazing. Yes, I do not have to like it. Ghostly. It's also one of the best designed films ever made. It's, I mean, like unparalleled. I don't think there is a film out there from like a production design and like artistic, like in terms of just pure design that is better than Alien. It's like some of the greatest artistic minds built the world around that movie and the way everything looks and the way everything's designed. It's so good. It's so good. Ugh, anyway. Totally valid, and I appreciate you knowing the difference, kiddo. Yes. But yeah, I think you'd probably be fine. I don't want to, like, ruin anything for you, but I don't recall I mean, it's, like, people get murdered and die in horrible ways. But I don't recall there being any pregnancy issues, and I don't recall there ever being any, like any like sexual nonsense in it. I'm almost positive there's nothing. I don't think so. The problem is I'm trying to remember the village because there is a creepy old lady that we talk in the village. I don't think anything weird happens there. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I think you're good. I think you're in the clear. It's mostly just violent, quote-unquote, violent pseudo-torture-y deaths, that eventually revolve around the monster, if I remember correctly. I think so. Moon Runes, welcome in. Welcome. Ghostly also doesn't like The Godfather. I had more fun watching Rubber Set Me, Film Bros. I fear no man. Oh, do you all want to know, like, a secret? Like a big-time film secret? From said film bro? How are you doing, Moon Runes, by the way? Sorry, I'm trying to track chat and convo really quick. How are you, Moon Runes? Welcome. I will consider it. Okay, okay, yeah. I think, if anything, for the monster design and some of the cool folk horror stuff, I think you'd get a kick out of it, Ghostly. But there is some pretty dark, violent shit in there. And the movie, the transitions, mostly the problems I have with it are character stuff. Amongst, like, the characters themselves. James Cameron has a pretty amazing work ethic when it comes to creative pursuits, which is probably why he's been divorced 5 times. We could talk about James Cameron. James Cameron's kind of one of those guys that, like, it's not even just his work ethic. It's just he's kind of one of the few people out there you probably do, like, argue is kind of a what is the word for that? Is it polymath? Like, he's legitimately, like, a scientist now. Like, he's, like, actually a part of the scientific and, like, like, science community. Like, he's in that world, so he kind of gets to be a lunatic like that, because there's not really too many other people in the world that can do all the different things he can do. Even though, after watching that third Avatar movie, man, I'm so tired of those movies. I mean, I understand, I get it. He's a great director. Action scenes are great. It has mechs. It's anime cat people. You'd think I'd like it. But we go back to family dynamics, and it's been my biggest complaint with modern James Cameron is his goddamn family dynamics. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting, like, stun locked here. He does spend a lot of his time in his very high-tech submarine. Yeah, not even just high-tech. Film secret. Oh, go see what's film secret. Oh shit, secrets. Because that's true. It is final stream. So secrets. You're good. You're editing like the wind. Moon Rune's just fighting the good fight. Yeah, like a Renaissance man. Yeah, I mean, Cameron legitimately is like that. He's just. The dude, like, I mean, half the stuff we've discovered about, like, bringing Titanic back actually was because of him, which is insane. That's crazy. He didn't just make the movie Titanic. He's, like, half of, like, the historical research we've done and the scientific research we've done about that ship is because of him. It's nuts. Film secret through the mountain. Oh, yeah. I was 30. I think I was 31. I think I was 31 when I watched The Godfather for the first time. I did not watch that movie for forever. I just had no interest in it, which is funny because one of the all-time films, like, if you go through the Twilight canon, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now was a formidable film for me at a very young age. I still think Apocalypse Now is his masterpiece. That movie is incredible. It is a fucking masterpiece. But I just had, like, no interest. I didn't have interest in the mafia. It's actually why it took me so long to get into Scorsese as well. And my inroads into Scorsese were actually through his religious epics, like Last Temptation of Christ and Kundun, and not, like, you know, Goodfellas and, like, you know, the mob movies that he made. I came to those movies much later. Ghostly, hey Sensei, do you want to hear a film secret? Oh, Ghostly's got a film secret. I'm always happy to hear film secrets, Ghostly. Moon Rune's me either, LOL. I mean, they're good. I think Godfather Part 2 is also great. Like, I get it. I understand why they're lauded, but I would be lying if I said I would be lying to say if they're personal favorites of mine still to this day. I get it. I get them. I get why. They're not my jam. Still, I mean, they're also beautifully shot. They look gorgeous. The cinematography in them is fantastic. And the head scene in bed is, like, with the horse head is pretty great. But other than that, you know. I thought they were great movies, but at the same time I wouldn't watch them again. I mean, that's kind of how I felt. I felt like, and I also still feel like Godfather Part 2, even though there's some really great shit in Godfather Part 2, was kind of unnecessary because the whole point was, like, I felt like the first movie left off with you kind of knowing that Pacino was going to, like, Pacino's character was going to follow the same, it was all going to result in the same sort of cycle of violence anyway. It seemed to be thematically how the film ended. So, like, it was cool to see like this grand epic through the Italian countryside and New York and all that, and then also just, but it seemed like we did that, like that was kind of already thematically like the end. It just didn't add much to me aside from just being a grand epic in scope. Ghostly also has not seen The Godfather, but she is a chameleon who pretends she has seen movies to make jokes and the topic seems relevant. I was gonna say, like, out of all the movies I keep trying to get Ghostly to watch, like, if Ghostly did at some point just sit down and watch The Godfather, which is like a 3.5 hour movie, I would be like, but you picked The Godfather out of all of them? All right. Well, that's very funny, Ghostly. Well, there you go. You managed to lie and bait your way. You did watch Dune for me, which I do appreciate. And the third one's coming out this year too, which I'm very excited for. But that is true. Ghostly did manage to sit through Dune. Ghostly, yeah. You still need to watch Dune. I mean, I will go off on Dune, man. It's fucking great. That people are not making movies the way Denis Villeneuve is right now, and it's so satisfying. It is so satisfying to see a Hollywood epic on scope and scale that does not immediately just use cinematic language that either has been established by like Marvel comic books or specifically like the Spielberg style of like blockbuster. Which Spielberg himself is kind of an amalgamation of Hitchcock and Bergman and like some traditional like Hollywood filmmakers too, probably. But like Denis Villeneuve is definitely doing like David Lean, which is so nice to see that. Ghostly, I'm getting a call. Be back next week. Ghostly has been summoned somewhere else. I really enjoyed the new Dune movies much more than the old one from the 80s. Which is funny because I'm a diehard David Lynch fan and I hate the 80s Dune. The best part of the 80s Dune is just the some of the designs that Lynch incorporates, but I am not a fan of the 80s Dune. And I don't even think David Lynch is a fan of the 80s Dune as well, or was a fan. He's prepping his Dune rant for tomorrow. Yeah, right, right. I actually am extremely nervous about what's going on tomorrow because I have learned a little bit about some of the shit that they're going to be doing to me, and I'm a little freaked out about it. So I'm not wild about that. So it has like eaten up a lot of my. It's definitely. I have wasted not insignificant portions of time trying to research and plan and prep for what all the shit they're going to do tomorrow. From what I found out, some person said that they like. When they did one of these, that like they had a flickering light, and when they pointed it out, that like that was not like if they could like turn that off or something so they could focus. They literally said that's part of the test and no, and I'm like, oh no, man, if they're gonna have a flickering light while they're asking me to do shit, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like that shit, like I cannot, like that shit's gonna make me crazy. Anyway, yeah, so I don't... Anyway, yeah, I'm a little nervous about what the rest of my week has in store for me. So, we'll find out. I don't know. I was like... Anyway. So, it'll be interesting. So, it may very well be the last stream, because it might not even be them locking me up. It might not be being locked up for being crazy. It just might be me being locked up for violence. Who knows? I respect Lynch a lot. I really like some of his movies, not all. I mean, like, no, he's one of the more formative filmmakers for me, personally, because the films, very specifically Lost Highway, Blue Velvet, and Twin Peaks were, like, formative films for me. Mulholland Drive is good. I do understand why people like that one the most out of all this stuff, but it's not my favorite. And I do really like his late era stuff with like Inland Empire and some of the weirder out there stuff and Eraserhead. Fire Walk with Me is a fucking masterpiece. Oh, so is Wild at Heart. So if you want a great Nick Cage movie, Wild at Heart, peak. Nick Cage and David Lynch, unstoppable. But he's like The Straight Story, I don't think was a good movie. Dune, I'm not a fan of. Elephant Man is good. I like Elephant Man, but I'm not like as crazy about it as some people are. Anyway, so that's a whole thing. Should I be planning a heist? That's if I wind up in jail, maybe. That's not an autism test. That's just autism torture. I don't know what it is. They need flickering light, canceling glasses. Like they have noise canceling headphones. Fucking right? Yeah, please. Yeah, Inland Empire was a great adventure, strange and surreal. Yeah. Inland Empire is wild. But Lost Highway was like, I watched Lost Highway at a very formative age, and like I had never seen anything like that. And not just from like the nudity and it being about like porn culture in the San Fernando Valley in the '90s, and like deconstruction of like misogyny in the porn, the exploitation of the porn industry, and male violence and that kind of thing. But like very specifically, just from a narrative structure and like cinematically how you could try to tell a story by breaking literally every rule that like my 13-year-old brain was like, this is how movies work, and then watched a movie like that and I was like, it just I watched that movie, I'm pretty sure I watched that movie like 3-4 times in a row. I just spent all day into the night just it's a whole thing. So flickering light canceling glasses sort of exist. Are they made by Apple? Oh really? That's interesting. There's these new pink lenses now that can help with light issues that can trigger migraines, but without dimming things so much that you have to... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Luckily, I've escaped the migraine life. I don't have the migraine life, but flickering lights it can make me feel sick. And, like, flickering... Like, strobe effects, generally, if they're too fast, really fuck me up. That actually makes me feel like I'm, like, dying. Like, sometimes strobe lights... It actually is one of the things I have a hard time with in movies. Even though I like movies and dark theaters on screens, is sometimes, like, flicker, like... the most I can do is probably the flickering light at, like, the end of Alien. It's pretty slow. It's not super bad, but yeah. Like, that stuff can actually, like, fuck me up pretty bad. It just makes me feel sick. A friend of mine is trying them out, and they've been a big help. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, sometimes like screen flicker will do that to me. Screen flicker can fuck me up a little bit. It's actually why I don't tend to do VR. VR also kind of has an effect on me. Same, I can't do strobes or flashing light. It both makes me sick and gives me migraines. Concerts are hard. Yeah. I have multiple problems at concerts that they very quickly found out that I could cure. I could cure all of my problems at concerts with large quantities of alcohol, and that is when we found out it was something else. It was in my brain. I close my eyes or turn away in horror movies if they start rapid flickering. I do that too. I will sometimes close my eyes. The slow light switch isn't so bad. Yeah. OP. Wait, what was that cryptid? OPE. I thought. For a second, I thought that was like opium. Like that'll fix all your problems. Just lots of opium. No, it's the Midwest. Oh. Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. How do you have? Oh my God! Do not say that tomorrow. I will absolutely tell them that all of my problems have been solved by large quantities of opium. But no. I mean, I'll tell them about the alcohol thing. That actually was a trend. Is actually why I started drinking. Around the time I started drinking. Was when I started going to concerts. Because I avoided... I went to a concert when I was 13, and I avoided it like the plague until I was a senior in high school. And it was a small concert. I went to Iron and Wine and Calexico. And I had to go sit at the very back of the room, I remember, for that one. I didn't drink at that one, though. But anyway, I cannot drink alcohol. Also gives me migraines, so very, very small quantities. Yeah. I would not a thing I would suggest. Yeah, they absolutely. Yeah, it was a fantastic show. I do wish I had been of drinking age when I saw it, though, because I would not have had to go like curl up in the back and kind of recover. There's a thing that happens at concerts, particularly concerts that have heavy bass or like the room vibrates. It like also is a thing that makes me feel sick. I don't really know what that is all about, but it's a thing. And we found that out when I was 13, so anyway, these are like all these things are on my mind because I had to like answer a bunch of questionnaire shit. So I'm like, I've been having to think about all this crap for like the past 4 or 5 days. Um, but yeah, it was actually how I fell in love with Iron and Wine. I hadn't listened to him. A buddy of mine took me to that concert. It's also how I fell in love with Calexico too, because that was when they had done their In the Rains album. So they were touring together, and they did my favorite cover of the Velvet Underground's "All Tomorrow's Parties." My favorite. They did that cover. I still have a recording of that cover live. But very, very good, very good. Sodom South Georgia is definitely my top favorite songs. Oh yeah, for sure. I've heard low frequencies can induce nausea. Yeah, I don't know if it could be a frequency thing. They tried with earplugs and that didn't help. Because when I was younger, I was sensitive to loud noises. Like loud noises like freaked me out as a kid. But for a while they thought it might have to do because my next door neighbor was oh god, what? It was the Indy 900 cars, the very long, narrow cars that just go straight. And so when he would loop that thing up, it was really loud. But it also, like, shook you'd feel it in the ground. It would shake the ground. It was just this low, violent rumbling. And so I guess they never really knew if it was, like, hearing, if it was, like, in my ears or whatever it was. But it was something. Thank you, Formula One. Yeah. Yeah, he was the one guy in our neighborhood who didn't have horses or goats, and because the entire back pasture was for for the car. I can't do most adult fun things. I live a very boring life. Thank God for witchcraft, or I'd never have any fun. That's good. That is responsible adult good times is witchcraft. Please be careful if you sign anything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that was good for a young child's developing brain. I mean, yeah, I don't know I don't think the car itself was, but it was. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure anymore. I mean, they were very nice. I mean, he was a nice guy. But yeah, it was a whole thing. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. We're in ramble mode now. But let's see, where are we at? How long? Oh, Jesus, we've been streaming for 40 minutes. We should probably do sprints. We're only going to do 2 sprints tonight. I am kind of exhausted, so I'm not even going to be writing. I'm just going to be reading a book I've been meaning to grab, so I'm just going to be doing some reading and things of no consequence because I am pretty fried. Yeah, I'm going to. Sorry, I missed the news, but what's the rundown of what's happening tomorrow? I am being sent to a facility that is doing, I guess, what they call like a psychological cognitive evaluation or something like that. That I have been recommended to go to by my psychiatrist and my therapist and a bunch of stuff. But it's like really involved and like really long. I was not really expecting that. I wasn't sure because, and I they didn't originally tell me what it was for. It was, I mean, I think what they've said it's for is to determine whether or not it's ADHD or it's like, it's like cognitive disability or cognitive. I'm assuming it's designed mostly, or at least initially, it's the adult version of what they run kids through to see if they have like learning disabilities and stuff like that. So I have a feeling it's going to be for either whatever, ADHD, autism, whatever it is that they're testing me for. I assume it's autism, but we'll see. Yes, you need to take it easy, Muppet. Please rest. Okay, hope all goes well. It's fun. I mean, it's probably not nearly as big of a deal, but But I am like I when things like this happen, I tend to like I read a lot about them and like deep dive into like what the fuck they're gonna be doing. And some people have said that the process is like legitimately exhausting. And I'm like, I'm already exhausted all the time anyway. It's half the reason why I'm in fucking therapy and going seeing a psychiatrist. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. It'll be exciting. I'm in my health arc. My late 30s is my health arc, since I generally ignored everything about physical and mental health for 20 some odd years. Um, I used to take Adderall for ADHD, helped it made me nauseous. Yeah, I have a few friends who still to this day I believe take Adderall, or at least did before, because I think there's a shortage. Um, but I do believe they were on it. I don't know if they are now, but your self care arc, yeah. That's the self care arc. That's what we're that's just what we call it. Yes, I did say that. I did say that at the first stream back for New Year's, was that 2026 is the self care, put yourself first, um put yourself first year. Prioritize yourself. Was yes, prioritize yourself. That's the year. 2026. That's what that's for. Anyone else? That's not just between us. Anyone can jump in on this new 2026 yearly arc. I guess I would not tolerate Adderall for baby, so no stimulants for me. Yeah. My brother was definitely, he was on Ritalin. They had him on like they had him on back in the, this would have been the 80s. They had him on all that stuff for ADHD. At the time, it was ADD. There was no ADHD, or at least that's, he was diagnosed with ADD, and they gave him a shitload of Ritalin. And my mom did not like him on Ritalin, so he pulled him off. I don't know if that was for better or for worse, but I do understand people not liking their kid is actually a thing. I actually remember filming interviews with mothers who had a concern about that. That like their kid behaved well, but like wasn't their kid anymore. So I understand the concern. But do 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 do. Join us in putting yourself first. Put yourself first, everybody. I really liked Wellbutrin, but it did not like me back. That is how that goes. I really wanted Lexapro to work. It did not. It made me a zombie, and it really made me sick. All right. All right. Let us dive on in to sprints. So everybody out there who's writing, I believe Moonrunes said Moonrunes is editing. So for everybody out there who is working, have a good sprint, good writing, good editing, good productivity, or if you're relaxing or just chilling and laying back, that's good too. And we will catch back up at the end of the sprint. Let's make sure everything's working. I was finally not anxious, but then I had a migraine. Yeah. Of course, chronic illness gets in the way of actually trying to help the other the other things. What a life. All right, happy writing, everybody. We'll see you on the other side. Oh, man. All right. All right. That snuck up on me. Pencils down. Testing is over. Anyway. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you got some work done. I just realized I didn't have tea that whole first sprint. That's where we are psychologically today. That's where I'm at today. I completely forgot I had tea. I'm all over the place, folks. Oh, let me start the down timer. And here I thought Ghostly was like mid-20s. No, Ghostly's getting up there. The guy like the Ghost is like, no, I'm still kiddo. Like, I don't know. You're getting older, Ghost. But you'll be an adult. That is very sweet that your wife asked if I'd be streaming while she was visiting, so we watched it. Is she coming for your birthday, Ghostly? 21 is still a baby. I mean, yeah, that's true. 21 is still a child, but I mean, you're at least an adult child, I guess. Sort of, kind of. I cannot even rent a car. That's true. It's 23. It's 23. What is it? I will always. Well, happy early birthday. Yes, it's early birthday for Ghostly. Hopefully we'll have some sort of stream around there. I doubt we'll be streaming on the birthday, and Ghostly better have plans. I would fucking hope so. But you can borrow anything if you're quick enough. Yeah, she's coming up the 30th. Okay, very cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I will do my best, Ghostly, to make sure that a stream happens at some point while your wife is in town. One of your many wives. Excellent. Love this for you. I mean, this is going to be great. I'm really happy that your friends are coming out to visit you for your birthday. That's really cool. Makes me very happy. Something will happen. We'll roll on the clubhouse if need be. Oh yeah, I'm sure some shenanigans will be had. Yeah. Me and my girls are dressing up and hitting trivia night at the bar. Wait, is that actually what you're doing, Ghosty? Are you gonna do trivia night? Is trivia night on your birthday? Oh, there will be shenanigans. Oh, I'm sure there will be. Dead ass. That's awesome. I love. Oh, that's fucking great. I hope you all go light up that trivia night. I hope all those people there just expecting it to be yet another normal trivia night. I bet they don't even know what's coming. You're celebrating the Wednesday after. Okay. Oh, I see. Gotcha. You're just making sure they have no idea what's coming. My birthday is a fucking Monday, so we're not doing much of the day, I don't think. Oh, okay, yeah. That's too bad. Sometimes when it falls on the middle of the week like that, I'm trying to think back on my 21st. I was dressed up like John Constantine. I remember there was a guy dressed up as Rorschach from Watchmen, and I have a picture of me and him. I believe that was at the Wizard Bar in Fort Collins, Colorado. And then I had my friends drug me. They drug me to an Irish pub. But I think there was also a Halloween house party going on too. I don't know. I got drug around a lot that night. Now that I'm recalling, I think I just had a bunch of friends who just threw me in the back of a car and started taking me places. Yeah, we'll fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that. Which Constantine? This is crucial. I was skinny British tie. I remember I had a skinny British tie, but it wasn't the yellow coat. I had just a regular black coat over the white shirt and slacks, because I had that from when I used to dress like Robert Smith from The Cure. But I didn't have the yellow coat I believe he has a yellow coat in the comics, in the Hellblazer comics. I think it's awesome. There's a Wizard Bar. Yeah, it was called Avos in Fort Collins. I don't know if it's still there, but the logo is a wizard, and we always called it the Wizard Bar. It was also right. That's the bar that famously, it was always right by the train tracks. So that was the bar that usually we would get just utterly plastered at, and then I would use the train tracks to go home because my apartments were right off the train tracks. So I would like follow the train tracks and then stumble down into the parking lot of my apartment. Yeah. Anyway, that sounds correct. A damn good 21st. Yes, used to, as if you still don't have much goth clothes. Yeah, I mean, I got some. I mean, the fashion's changed a little bit, but it's definitely gothy. I definitely have not purged the full-on goth. I actually don't have a trench coat anymore, though. I used to have a London Fog trench coat, which I missed that thing, but yeah. I don't usually do birthday stuff, but I do have a little crown and slash that says 62 and fab. Oh my god, Ghostly, that's fucking amazing. I'm so proud of you. It was goddamn delightful. Oh my god, Ghostly, that's amazing. If you're just wearing... That is amazing, Ghostly. You are winning at birthday. You're doing... I'd say you're winning at birthday right there. That's so fucking great. Yeah, I did try to do Coolzilla on my birthday I actually tried to do it, I've tried to do it twice now. It does not go over well. I am blind. So it does not work when you are out and you're just running into things. I can't see anything. So that's usually at least the modern adult version. I need to come up with a new weird costume to wear. Because, yeah, Coolzilla kind of struck out with Coolzilla twice. If anyone asks, I'll tell them I moisturize. That's great, Ghostly. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just be like, I'm 62 and fabulous. Look at me. That's funny. Or what is it? Like bathe. I mean, you could say moisturize or tell them you bathe in the blood of your victims. If you want to go real hardcore and try to convince them all you're a vampire. Yeah, I was like, or you could do that, or made a deal at Crossroads, vampire, or moisturize. There's your options. You don't worry about it. Yeah. Move on. That's funny. What's too millennial of a response? Which one is too millennial of a response? The moisturize, the vampire, or the devil at the crossroads? I was like, deal with the crossroads. I don't want them to actually think I'm actually 62. Bathe in the blood of my victims? That's a millennial response? Ghostly, that is a Victorian response. That is a pre-Victorian response. That is a Vlad Dracul response. Very Tumblr coded. Oh my god, really? Are you... Kids are asleep. Final stream. Oh no, yeah, it's a joke. Kids are asleep. I should put a joking there. No. I have to go to I have to do like intensive testing at a psychiatric facility in LA, and so I keep saying that I'm getting kidnapped and that they're taking me away forever. So it's the joke that I'm not coming back. That it's the last stream because they're finally gonna lock me up. I'm gonna get locked up in a padded room and white coats and all that. Thank you. So I hope the testing goes well. I hope so too. I'm deeply nervous about it. He thinks it's funny. It's true. I think it's funny, and that's why we're doing it. I don't know if anyone else does, but I'm doing it because I think it's funny. Final series. Very Tumblr. Is bathing in the blood of the victims Tumblr? Is that a Tumblr thing? It's vampires. I get. Well, okay. I guess we would. That was the Twilight generation, so maybe like Twilight pivots over to blood of victims vampire coded. Is it just maybe it's just vampires and millennial? I don't know, man. I don't know what was Tumblr coded. I was not on Tumblr. It's very edgy. Oh yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, I got you. And being edgy is just a millennial thing. I guarantee you the Zoomers and all these kids are definitely not edgy. No edgelords there. Okay. Sometimes you gotta do gallows humor. Indeed. Lady Bathory. Yeah, Lady Bathory. Yeah. We're a different brand. I guess. Yeah, maybe. 9/11 jokes? We were doing 9/11 jokes. The millennials beat you to that one, Ghostly. There was a literal, yeah, I was like, did anyone watch the South Park episode where they're like, 9/11's finally funny? I can't, it was like 10 years or something. It was like, I think it was like 2011 or like 2012 or something. It was a South Park episode where they're like, you have to have 10 years before something's funny. So like, I think it was the 10-year anniversary of it. But yes, Ghostly, we have... I do think it's funny that you think that that's the edgy jokes. The amount of memes I've sent to Camarillo, yeah, I was like, half of the memes I send with my friends are usually 9/11 jokes, or that unreal. I don't know if anyone's seen this stupid video of like the cheerleaders. I think it's like a dance class or some high school, probably in Texas, doing like a interpretive dance to like, I'm pretty sure it's an Enya song of like the towers coming down or whatever, and it's wild. I don't know. I send that video to a lot of people because it cracks me up every time. It's just the most unhinged thing, and absolutely makes sense of just how fucking insane people were when 9/11 happened. It hits a particular part of my like lizard brain memory of just how fucking crazy everybody was. Even as a kid, you don't understand, Ghostly. Even as a kid, when 9/11 happened, I was like you literally were aware that everyone around you was like losing their minds. Like, we had freedom fries. People like legitimately were defending freedom fries. Like which I'm like, I was what, like, God, how old was I? I was, what, 13, 14? Which I literally thought was the funniest goddamn thing when it happened. Just like, oh, freedom fries, I guess. Anyway, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. We were doing 9/11 jokes before you were born, kid. You didn't make it. No, holy... Yeah, if you can find the video, I highly suggest trying to find the weird interpretive dance video about 9/11. It's fucking crazy. What a gift. You would have been a teenager. I was 4. Yeah, it was 2001, so I was 14. Yeah, it was the end of middle school. Dude, my sister didn't remember a word before masks for a while. Oh, whoa. We live in a... my sister didn't remember a word before masks for a while. That's crazy. Oof. We live in a constant save and say. It's true. Yeah, it is constant. World before sleep token. Oh, boy. I was at a meeting with a bunch of directors, like my director-writer buddies, and they were one of them is introducing his kid. That's how he's introducing his kids to metal music, is through Sleep Token, which I think works, which I think is great, by the way. I think if you're gonna introduce your kids to metal music, like, Sleep Token's a good way to do that. I know I'm not a fan of Sleep Token, but I do think that it's like Kiss, you know. It's kind of got the same theatrics and it's got lore, you know. It's got like a whole thing with it. It's got the pop side with the metal side. I see it. I can see it. Yeah, it reminds me of the Sleep Token reminds me of like Kiss, in that way. She was born in 2015. Good lord, we won a child. The kid, yeah, exactly right. Oh, that's a choice. Ghost, I think you would be more kid appropriate. I think you'd be more kid appropriate, but sure. Just intro them. Intro them to the Petro Draconic album. Yeah, it's my favorite album. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do... That might be a little too thrash metal for stream. I was like, maybe I could just put that on. I do love that album. It's like Godzilla meets Mad Max. It's such a great album. Oh no, the band Ghost. Okay, sorry. Yes. Okay, that's... Yeah. Ghost, I think, would be... Ghost, I think, would be more... Oh, wait, no shit. Oh, no, yes. I'm sorry, I was talking... It was Ghost. It wasn't Sleep Token. It was Ghost. That was what the band they were talking about. Oh my god, I mixed them up. I mixed them up in my brain. Mainly because I kind of see them as exactly. I don't see the difference. Oh God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I'm gonna go get tea and then we're gonna start sprint before I get myself too deep into this. But it was Ghost. They were talking about Ghost. It was not Sleep Token. Sleep Token is pretty spicy for kids. That's all toxic romance. Yep. Nope. Yep. Thank you, Cryptid. It was Ghost. I just mixed them up. Mixed them up in my brain. All right, I'll be back. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay. It's his own fault. What did I do? Oh, not me, Ghost. Not me, Ghost. Band Ghost. Yes, Band Ghost. Exactly. It's his own fault. Literally, no one else calls me the Ghost but him. Yes. All right. Okay, let's dive on in. Last sprint of the night, and then we'll figure out what the schedule's going to look like after. All right. Happy riding, everybody, and we'll see you on the other side. Oh boy. All right. That's the end of that sprint. And the last sprint of the night. I am enjoying hearing Ghostly just essentially write her own version of Star Wars based on utterly contextless memes. These guys that walk around and go doink 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 doink. Yeah, you're talking about Jawas, Ghostly. You're talking about Jawas and Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru were not murdered by Jawas. Nor were they. Oh, you're talking about the Sand People. They were not murdered by the Sand People either. They were murdered by stormtroopers made to look like Sand People, but that's not even the right movie. Anakin's only relationship to is only relationship to, I guess it's his half. I guess Owen is like his half brother, but he only meets him once, when they're younger. But it's very wild. It's interesting, Ghostly. It's a trip. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy hearing just the contextless world. Hey, she murdered Sleep Token. I guess the mask does kind of look like a sand person from Star Wars. I didn't think about that, but I think you're right. Not the Freeman. Not the Fremen. Fremen. Oh, you mean from Dune? Yeah, Fremen. Yeah, I was like, in the robes, not far off. Yeah, no. I know you're not. Yes, I know you're not talking about the Fremen, which is very funny because clearly George Lucas is ripping off the Fremen when he made the Sand People, or at least they're like barely addressed in Star Wars at all. But yeah, not those Sand People. Yes, yeah. I mean, Tatooine was very clearly inspired by Dune. Those are the OG cool Sand People. I agree. The Fremen are way fucking cooler than anything that's in Star Wars. Yes, that's true. I am firmly in the camp of that. Also because George Lucas kind of like inverts it. That's where the whole monomythic model thing, the Campbellian sort of hero's journey comes from, where Lucas kind of inverts what Dune is doing, even though Dune was inverting what Asimov was doing as a critique almost of Asimov, with the whole like generational chosen one type mythology. So it's kind of funny that Lucas then just re-inverted what was inverted initially. It's kind of fascinating. That's right. Ratio by 100%. They all ripped off Mel Brooks' Spaceballs. That's the truth. That's the true. Everybody was ripping off Spaceballs. I will never watch Star Wars. Why should I? I watch Dune. Why do I need Space Odyssey again? I mean, I think there's worthwhile moments in Star Wars. I would always say there's a moment that is a defining moment of my childhood that is in Return of the Jedi. That was a defining moment for me philosophically, ethically, and just in terms of what I thought how you could make a moment thematically, like as thematically like important and emotional as it was dramatically, in the script, and so I think it's worth it just for that. Just watch the original trilogy, Ghostly. Don't forget. You don't have to watch the prequels. Just watch the old ones from the 70s. You don't have to go back and watch. I mean, you can if you want. You already know the big. The Empire Strikes Back big reveals already. That's not going to surprise you, because you already know who Anakin is. It is weird, like watching Star Wars and it being this giant reveal that Darth Vader is Luke's father, and it's like everyone knows. Like now, it's just interesting. The first Star Wars trilogy is just the young hero. Yeah, it's Joseph Campbell. Which Joseph Campbell's just doing young. It's fine and it's fun, but that's the beats of what it is. Yeah, pretty much. I think there are interesting. I think Star Wars had to climb so Avatar: The Last Airbender could fly in terms of thematically trying to tell the type of story it's trying to tell. I do think Avatar perfects what I think Lucas was trying to initially do with Star Wars. That's my personal take, but yeah. All I know is that Luke was a bitch for a while. I think they both are. They all are. Anakin is. So is Luke. I don't. Luke's like not even that bad. He's like he's kind of insufferable in the first movie, but he's totally he's not. He's not bad in Empire or Jedi. I mean, he's definitely not bad in Jedi. In Empire, he's like willful, but he's not like a whiny bitch. He's a little. He's definitely playing like a 16-year-old in the first Star Wars. Like Mark Hamill is clearly playing a kid, which he doesn't look 16. I think that's what makes it off-putting. The Gen Zers can't handle the old school special effects. They're fucking rock though, man. God damn. Like some of those old practical model effects kick ass. Star Wars gets me on an effects level. The practicals are incredible. I mean, Jabba, dude, even just how, because like the fact that like literally people were passing out inside Jabba because they were all smoking cigars to blow cigar smoke out of his mouth when he's smoking his hookah thing. So like you can actually see his eyes like dilating wrong because like he's like being puppeted by 8 people and they're all like super high on cigar smoke. It kind of is what makes Jabba work though. He's like all wacky and like drugged out of his mind. It works. It works. I like the practical effects in the first. So you have seen the first one, Ghostly. Okay, so you've seen the first one. I just don't like how everything was CG in the prequel. Okay, well then just watch. You don't need to watch the prequels. I mean, Ian McGregor's great as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there's cool stuff in the prequels. But like, if it's gonna bore you, don't. But like the rest of the trilogy's good. Empire Strikes Back is like a romantic. Empire Strikes Back, the movie after Star Wars, is like a proper romance in space. It's straight up. It's space opera in the truest. Like it's a romance story, but with Kermit the Frog, and it's kind of badass. Like the Empire Strikes Back is largely. There's a reason why people usually choose it as their favorite. It's darker. It's definitely, but it's also like broadly romantic. It's like actually plays more like fantasy than it does sci-fi. It's very cool. I mean, that's what it is. It's functionally what it is. It's like this broad, big romantic story of falling in love with the scoundrel, but getting hit with betrayal by an old friend, and then like the other main character is just hanging out in a swamp with Kermit the Frog. Like it's crazy. Like Empire Strikes Back is kind of a crazy movie, and it's why it works because it really is weird. It's a weird movie. I watched the first movie released with Leia sending R2 and stuff and things. Yeah. That's the first one. The first one's interesting from a filmmaking standpoint, just because historically when it came out and what made it unique and like no one had ever seen anything like that before. The fact that like people were afraid that no one was gonna know which droid was talking because you couldn't see their mouths move. Like it was that kind of era. Like Lucas, more than a filmmaker as a director, Lucas is an editor, and he understands how very intuitively how you can communicate ideas just through editing itself. It's actually what makes the final Death Star trench run work, because they didn't have the effect shots they needed, so he knew how to edit it together to make essentially a bunch of incoherent shots make sense. And it's really fascinating when you see it that way, but like the movies, it's interesting from like a filmmaking and like anthropological point of view, but like as the like Empire is like an actually well made, like almost period. It's like Dr. Zhivago, man. It's like this epic romance. It's the only way I can describe it. And then Return of the Jedi is just fucking crazy. And I think everybody should watch Return of the Jedi because it's like he just made Vietnamese Viet Cong, but like little adorable like teddy bears. Like they're cannibal teddy bears that are like murdering people. It's because he's like, it's a kids movie, but also it's the Viet Cong. Like Return of the Jedi is bonkers, man. People do not give that movie enough love for just how fucking wild that movie is. And it gave zero. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, unpopular opinion. Return of the Jedi was my favorite because of the Ewoks. Return of the Jedi is my favorite for a lot of reasons. One, he actually, the miniature work that makes the final Death Star run with the second Death Star is way better. That, when they fly into the center of the Death Star to blow it up, is incredible. It's some of the best effects work practically ever that's been put to film. Obviously, the Emperor Palpatine is just chef's kiss. Oh my god. Evil space wizard. Fucking incredible. And the fact that Ian McDiarmid was like 30 when he played Palpatine in that movie is it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. The only thing that's bad about Return of the Jedi is like the Han and Leia stuff is already played out. And so like they just had to like manufacture a dramatic point to make that like tense. But other than that, it's a great movie. And I do agree that like they should have probably killed Han, but I thought the first one was really boring, I won't lie. I mean, I can see that. No, I don't blame you. It actually is slow. It is slow. The other ones are not that slow. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. The first one is slow. Rage Critter, Ewoks are fucking great. That's a fact. I love watching tiny little bears commit acts of violence. Yeah, I mean, it's straight up what they do. It's what they are. It's amazing. All right. Anyway, I've rabbled too much. I need to go. I need to go prepare all this nonsense and, I don't know, try to not have a fucking nervous breakdown about whatever they're going to do to me for the next, like, 2 to 3 days. Okay. So, yeah, and sleep. So, anyway, as far as streams go for the future, I don't know. I have to go back to. I have like a bunch more appointments on the following week. They're not like all day long things like what I'm doing this week, but I do have a bunch of appointments of like follow up stuff I have to do with some people. So, like down at the medical, the place. So I don't know what schedule's gonna look like. I know Ghostly's got her birthday coming up, so I want to try to do something. If that winds up being a Clubhouse thing or something that happens on the Discord, that might be the case. So it might be kind of staggered sprints, staggered streams, for at least the immediate future while all this stuff gets figured out. So anyway, yeah, obviously it's like obviously it's a joke. I mean, unless they actually do lobotomize me, which maybe they will. I don't know. But yeah, so it is kind of like we're gonna play it by ear. So it's gonna be a very much like a play it by ear thing while I figure out all this stuff. Don't worry about it. I got it. It's fine. You're just giving me one inside, right? Oh, no worries. Well, you are a badass, Ghostly. Gotta celebrate that. Carmilla's working on a stream setup for me soon, so until then, Discord Jenga. Nice. Yes, yeah, that'll be great. All right, so for everybody, we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Love you all. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others, and we'll catch you all next time, whenever that is. And I'll let you know in the Discord. But all right, have a good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you next time. Adios.